Hey guys, it's me, Jeffrey again. And as you guys can tell, this video is going to be very AT&T centric. And it's really going to be basically about how AT&T has now fully taken charge. They've looked at everything from a distance. They've been quiet for a while with the whole Ray Fisher situation going on. But now it seems like they have now struck. They've now made their move, as one would say, with both the Ray Fisher situation and the restoration of the Snyderverse. And this also goes in with TNT as well. Because to me, like, everything has now been connected. We are now seeing the the chains being connected that we didn't really see before. So how do I start this off? Well, first it starts off with guess we'll start off with TNT first off, because I think this one is actually kind of like the least relevant, but still it's a very important point to get across, is that I think TNT, because for those who don't know or who haven't been following TNT for a while, it, you would actually notice this, that TNT has kind of been standing for Zach, and I think the reason why that has to do with with the AEW partnership that Cody started when AEW first started. Now, for those who don't know what AEW is, it's a wrestling company that was started by Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, all of these other wrestlers that wanted to make a wrestling show for wrestling fans for the mainstream area, which for the mainstream area was very much conquered by the WWE. But now here we are with that. So with that out of the way, there's a brief synopsis of what AEW is. It's a wrestling show made by wrestlers for wrestling fans. And so as the press tour was going on, for those who have been following All Elite Wrestling for ever since the press tour for the lead up to the first show, you would remember that that Cody Rhodes, the vice president of AEW, made a made really made a partnership with DC, and here's where it connects. The reason why why Cody made the decision to make a partnership with DC was because he wanted to make DC better for itself. Like he saw what was going on. Cody is also a known DC fan, for those who actually have paid attention to his tweets, and he actually has tweeted out that, hold on, let me get this out correctly, so then I can tell you guys exactly what he said in regards to this. Cody Rhodes, Snyder. So this is what Cody Rhodes. So this is what Cody, who is the current vice president of DC. I mean, not vice president of DC, president, vice president of All Elite Wrestling, who made the partnership with DC, had to say about the Snyder Cut. Tried to explain the Donner Cut of Superman 2 and how it applied to the Snyder Cut. I guess I was too long winded and all over the place in my explanation because Brandy, his wife, just started laughing uncontrollably in my face. And then he had this gif of the office, of this dude in the office looking disappointed. So yeah, and so that right there really kind of made me intrigued by, like, maybe he wanted maybe he wanted to get a hands-on experience with the DC meetings because he wanted to get the Snyder Cut out. And in terms of that, the AEW and the DC partnership, he actually was able to get into a more hands-on experience with the meeting and decisions. And mind you, TNT is a Warner Media channel. It's not a DC, it's not a WB channel. It's a Warner Media channel, which, as you know, Warner Media is above Warner Media is above AWB. And so there's that where maybe Cody Rhodes might have wanted to be part of the DC brand, and especially in the Warner Media side of things, to try to get the Snyder Cut released his way. Like I said, this is really the least thread out there that no one really paid attention to. But like I said, it seems like everything has been connected for a while if you actually have been paying attention, even the things that haven't been relevant. So, like I said, Cody and the Young Bucks and the other wrestlers signed a deal with TNT, a Warner Media company. Then, out of the blue, the first major partnership they make is with DC Comics. And Cody, the vice president of AEW, wants to see the Snyder Cut and then gets a hands-on experience with the Warner Media meetings. So, in that thread, it really does seem like TNT and Warner Media really did want to see the Snyder Cut anyway. Like I said, it's all connected. This is really going to be like a all connective tissue right now kind of video. So then we go into the AT&T merger, and they are hyping, and of course they see what the fans want. Then the Snyder Cut gets released. It's greenlit. Boom. Let's go. So then that happens, and then they hype up the Snyder Cut like they're very excited about this. They are really excited about this. So then a few so then yesterday happens, and then we have this. Something very interesting happens. Something very interesting happens in the AT&T account. So here we are in the AT&T account. They were talking to Ray. They were talking to Ray, Ray Fisher replied to a, a Ray Fisher replies to retweets AT&T's tweet about about hyping up Zack Snyder's Justice League with saying "Let's go." Then we go into here where in the tweet that AT&T they actually do reply to it. They actually do reply to it. It's like I said, it's all connected. It is all connected. So then AT&T replies with the mushroom gif, hype overload. And as you can see right here, I don't know if Sil actually went over this with his stream because I know he's doing a live stream on this right now. But if you actually, that was yesterday. This tweet where AT&T replied to Ray Fisher saying hype overload. They then deleted that tweet, and so then this is what I believe is very crucial. Like I said, all of these threads are now connecting. Like it's all connecting like a web, like a speedster web going to like a spider web going to the multiverse, where some things that might not have been relevant are now relevant right now. So AT&T deletes that tweet, replied to Ray Fisher, supporting him, and 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 that happens. So then the question then becomes, why did they delete that tweet? Why did they delete supporting Ray Fisher? Well, if you were to actually pay attention, this is not the first time that AT&T has done this. AT&T has actually done this before, where they replied to the Snyder Cut tweet before the Snyder Cut was announced. So what happens then is then they deleted that tweet is supporting the Snyder Cut, and then the Snyder Cut got released. Like I said, everything seems to be connected. That's the theme of the video. That is the theme of the video right here. Everything is connected least from least relevant to most relevant right now. So, like I said, where was I? Oh yeah. So AT&T deleted a post supporting Ray Fisher, and so that happens, and then that happened in the past where they replied to a Snyder Cut tweet, then they deleted it right after. So that happens. Like I said, it's all connected. So then, what does that mean in terms of the Ray Fisher situation? Well, they know what happened. Here's the thing. They also tweeted out that let's see here, going up. They were acting yesterday. They made a tweet someone to a fan saying, "Hope our second meeting goes better than the last one." Laugh emoji with a blue heart, and really trashing of the Justice League. So what that tells me is they know what was going on, that they know how bad and they know the backstage stuff that went on with the Justice League and the wrong that was done. That opens the door and is really very relevant to the situation of of them actually knowing what's going on, of AT&T knowing what's going on with the Ray Fisher investigation. And and for those who really are still doubting me, like they have you paid attention to AT&T? And I've actually been paying attention to AT&T for a while. They've been very quiet on, they've been like me in the situation where where if there's an argument going on, I'm the one staying quiet, trying to get the best of both scenarios and trying to understand what's going on. And that's really kind of the same thing that AT&T is doing with with this Warner Brothers versus Ray Fisher situation with Walter Amada and Toby Emmerich and Jeff Johns. They have it not. I really do doubt that was, if anyone does try to get a scoop on AT&T on the Ray Fisher situation, they won't get a thing. Because that's the thing. AT&T has been smart in this as well. They have been very quiet, like in the background situation, where they're seeing both sides going at it, and they see and they see Ray being the more mature one, actually producing the evidence, while 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 that was a car horn. Sorry, but the wow, that caught me off guard. So yeah, what was I gonna say? That threw me off. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah. So AT&T has been AT&T has been focusing on really the situation from both sides, where Ray Fisher has been putting in actual evidence and background on the situation, and while Warner Brothers has been really immature in the situation by posting articles immediately after Ray's tweets. And really, this is what I believe what's going on right now, is that right now Warner AT&T is now officially taking action with Warner Brothers, and I believe now that AT&T are now having meetings with Walter Amada and Toby Emmerich. Now, and for those who are going to be trying to get a scoop on that from the AT&T perspective, once again, I really do doubt that they'll give you anything, because AT&T, like I said, they have been really smart in this situation, being quiet and observant, because it's smarter to be more observant than just to be active on the situation. Because like I said, they're being like me in the situation, where if there's an argument, I'm going to be I'm going to be very silent, to look at both perspectives, and then be like, okay, guy is this guy is right. They're doing this all wrong, or in some cases, okay, they're both right and they're both wrong in that situation. So, and so, like I said, I think AT&T is actually now taking action with having meetings with Walter Amada and Toby Emmerich. Like I said, there is no actual proof of this, but the fact that they actually made a tweet supporting Ray and then deleting it, like they did with the Snyder Cut tweet before the movie was announced, and they immediately deleted that Snyder Cut tweet. They deleted that Snyder Cut tweet. the Ayer cut got the Snyder. They deleted the Snyder cut supporting tweet. Then the Snyder cut got released. Then we go into today. The AT&T account supports Ray Fisher, and they bash Justice League. Which then means they know what went down with the Justice League, and so then they support Ray Fisher in a tweet, and then they delete it. So going by the pattern, what should happen next is Walter Hamada and Toby Emmerich should be gone in the coming months, at least in the coming months. So we should be getting news of their departure. So then we go into the Snyderverse, and this is really where it goes full circle. Remember that TNT thing I said where I said they're a Warner Media company. TNT is a Warner Media company. That's what it is. It's not WB. TNT is Warner Media. Then AEW Vice President Cody Rhodes, who supports the Snyder Cut and wants to see it, then gets a deal with a partnership with AEW and the with AEW and the DC Comics to then get into a more hands-on relationship with what's going on with the DC. Because what I forgot to say was Cody actually said he is a huge DC fan and he wants to help DC succeed. And he does support the Snyder Cut. So then you go into today with AT&T. AT&T is AT&T is supporting AT&T is supporting the Snyder Cut. Then and Cody Rhodes, who has a partnership and has a hands-on experience in the DC things because now he is part of the DC meetings on the Warner Media side. Again, not WB, but Warner Media. And for those who don't know about this, I've actually made this video talking about the Warner Media, the AT&T, the TNT partnership with the AEW partnership with AEW. So I'll leave that video in the description down below so that you guys can check that out. So, and then we go in today with AT&T supporting hashtag restore the Snyderverse. So think about this. AT&T has all of a sudden started to stand with Zack Snyder, supporting Zack Snyder's Justice League and bashing Justice League around the time of the AEW and DC merger, where Cody then has a more hands-on experience with the DC meetings and DC stuff on the Warner Media side. So, in that sense, if you really do think about it, there is a full-on connection there of AT&T now taking action in the Ray Fisher situation where now they will get involved with Walter Hamada and Toby Emmerich. And then you have the TNT side where again AEW is on the channel with TNT, and henceforth is a Warner Media channel. And now Cody Rhodes, a Snyder Cut supporter, has made a partnership with DC, and is now getting a more hands-on experience with the DC side of things in Warner Media's court. So, in that aspect, I believe once again that AT&T and Warner Media are now in good terms and are now starting to completely take action against WB, Walter Amada, Jeff Johns, and Toby Emmerich, and John Berg. So, yeah, like I said, everything, like I said, the theme of the video is everything is connected. So, with that out of the way, like, looking at it from all the angles, from beginning, middle to end, everything is connected. Everything is connected from least effective, from least relevant to most relevant. So I gave you a full-on timeline and full-on logic of everything that went down. So, with that out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I believe now that the Snyderverse will be restored. And a update on this, actually, I forgot about this part. Chris Wong actually made a video saying that Zack Snyder's Justice League is the first step to restoring the Snyderverse. So then he posted that on Vero, and Zack liked the post. So now, with Zack actually liking that post, it is and AT&T also supporting Restore the Snyderverse. It really does look like Zack is now back, and there is going to be a new era of WB officially now, without Toby Emmerich, without Walter Amada, and without John Berg. And so, with that out of the way, there you have it. I gave you a full-on timeline and full-on logic on the situation. And yeah, so with that out of the way, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see, and I really do hope you guys think about this a lot, and I hope you, and like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. So, see you in the next one, guys. Peace.